As the English North American colonies grew and their permanency realized, distinctive ways of life emerged amongst its inhabitants and defined American geographic regions. These cultural changes reflected the colonists' adaptation to their new surroundings. And while all the colonies remained tied to England, regional differences crystallized. This unit will explore the defining traits of the southern colonies, most notably the increasing importance of slave labor. Life in the American wilderness could be best described as nasty, brutish, and short. Diseases like malaria, dysentery, and typhoid took their toll. An English settler establishing themselves in the southern colonies had the likelihood of dying 10 years earlier than his counterpart back in England. Half of the people born early in Virginia and Maryland died before their 20th birthday. Of those that passed that middle age mark, few lived to see their 50th birthday, sometimes even their 40th, especially if they were women. Early settlers to the Chesapeake were typically single men in their late teens and early 20s. Many of them, as we saw in Jamestown, died soon after arrival. Women rarely migrated to the southern colonies, and men outnumbered them 6-1. Families were few and fragile. Most of these men, if they intended to marry, would have to return to England to do so. Most marriages, for those that were fortunate enough to find a partner, were destroyed by death within the first 7 years. Scarcely any children reached adulthood under the care of their biological parents. Young girls that lived in the southern colonies often went to the altar pregnant. And this demonstrates the weak ties that families had in the Chesapeake colonies. Despite the risks of pregnancy and the unlikelihood of marriage, by the end of the 17th century, the white population was growing due to natural increase.